What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Before we really get this LP started, this is not the first game that has had these kind of like system settings or whatever before we actually get into the main menu and the title screen and everything. Really, I generally like these. Just to kind of get the early settings done before you even start. So, yeah, we're going to play on generic brightness, subtitles, wireless controller, text language on English, voiceover on English. We're going to focus on frame rate. Unless that causes a problem, then we might switch over to graphics. I don't know. I generally pick whichever one runs a little better. Visual alerts. Yeah, that's fine. Visual alert size, yada, yada, yada. And now, gameplay focus. So we can play story focused. This is actually why I wanted to pop in here a little early. So you can begin the game, equipped with several accessories that simplify gameplay, recommended for those less comfortable with action games, yada, yada, yada. But we're going to play action focused because obviously I'm a hardcore gamer and I'm good with action games. Let's go.
It was...
Oh, we're just hopping right into... Oh, okay. Title screens.
Valisthea is blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals. And that it was this light which finally led our forebears out of the darkness. Yet, what they saw in the light gave rise to temptation. Temptation that ever lures us back into the crystal shadow. And thus did our journey begin.
So yeah, as you can see, we're playing Final Fantasy 16. If you hear my fan going in the background, I'm sorry, it's hot as crap in this office. I'm sitting here in my underpants, don't picture it. I don't want anyone vomiting this early in the video. People ask me why I don't do a face cam. Alright, so while this is going on, I'll kind of do... Oh, never mind, we're hopping right into gameplay, okay. So, what, we're Phoenix fighting, that's Ifrit, you know, two typical summons and your Final Fantasy. Okay, so R1 is going to be evade and triangle as attack? That's an interesting decision. But no, I really don't know what to expect out of this Final Fantasy. I think there was a demo that was available that I didn't play. I sometimes like to play the demos, but didn't get around to this one. With Final Fantasy games, man, it's hit and miss to me. I love Final Fantasy X. I'm one of the weird people who love 12. This remake for 7, I wasn't a big fan of, just the pacing of the story and everything. I loved 15, just riding around in the car. Strangers of Paradise, I thought was absolute and utter garbage. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what to expect out of this one. I'm kind of pumped. From everything I saw, it looked cool. Looks like they're really going over the top with a lot of the summons and big monster fights. Speaking of monster fights, that monster fight that just happened, was that real? Was that happening within our main character?
Those camps have begun to stir.
Are there two wolves inside of him?
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
No one else? Where's the fun in that? How do we even know the girl will be among them?
Our kind do not question orders. We follow them. Try to keep that in mind. Let's get this done.
I think focusing on the frame rate was right. I mean, it looks really good. It's really, really pretty looking. You know, I don't hate Final Fantasy that has kind of more of a magic technological element, but I do kind of like the more hard fantasy. You know, we're wearing, you know, we look like knights with armor and everything. It wasn't like everybody was in a boy band like in 15. But yeah, everything looks more like Middle Ages, and I like that look.
You are key to this mission's success.
Yes, Sergeant.
Okay, so our name is Wyvern. We're in this little,
I said focus, Wyvern.
So we're in this little unit. And that guy said we're going after Shiva's dominance. So I'm gonna take a shot in the dark that the dominant is kind of like their summoner.
Time to move.
Okay. So we can walk or run, jump.
We're just in time.
The Republican Army front lines. Yeah, you see, it's not some, like, big technological battlefield like in the last one, how they had cars and airships. It's looking like magic and swords and chocobo cavalry, and I kind of like this fantasy setting. I mean, like, with what Final Fantasy's been doing a lot lately by kind of merging technology and magic, it's kind of its cool, unique own setting. But I do kind of like returning to the more grittier, medieval fantasy.
These Iron Blood are more beast than man.
The way this is going, they won't need this new dominant of theirs. What?
I love that ascending and descending scale in the background. That it's very Final Fantasy, but it's really subtle, and it has its own tweak. I can't tell exactly where in the scale my musical knowledge. The Ziranitra stronghold.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
Come now. Marshal, the King of Waloed is our guest.
And you have His Majesty's answer.
Oh, that's cool. Dude, I would have loved that back when I smoked.
I wonder that you summoned us at all. Have you so little faith in your own men? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not? Or am I mistaken? Besides, your dominant has yet to take the field. And when he does, our knights would only get in the way.
Perhaps you have not heard, but the Iron Blood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to underestimate them.
bugger their knights.
What did you say?
Should this citadel be allowed to fall, the capital will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board.
That's some disrespect right there. Finally blowing your smoke in his face, but you're putting out your cigar in his drink.
Hrothgar!
The Iron Blood will rue the day they set foot on Storm. This game is over.
You know, I feel like usually Final Fantasy tries to start with that whole, like, here's the setup of the world, here are the countries and the powers and everything. But this one's kind of giving us that, we're starting right in the action. I'm okay with that. I kind of like it. I don't know why it's funny that somebody gets called that. I just think it's funny. Hey. I've decided I love her. Hands off.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
Like, he's motorboating her in the middle of the hallway.
But I will need someone to warm me when I come home.
I feel like she might be manipulating him.
The front lines are gone. This is our chance. The chaos will conceal us.
Alright, so my guess is we're some sort of special forces, kind of like a strike squad or something. I'm curious what the tattoos mean. Either we're gonna be like prisoners who have specific skills, so we're sent off to kind of complete dangerous missions with some hope that we'll get pardoned. Maybe we're some sort of slave class, or perhaps, I don't know, we're marked as some sort of sacrifice. Who knows?
Take the van.
I just heard take the van, and I'm really hoping it's like the Mystery Machine. I'd piss myself laughing.
Something's not right.
Titan. So the Darmaks finally grew tired of being slaughtered.
And look who's here to greet the bastard.
Come on.
Dude, again, this is super pretty. Excuse me. Yeah, I think in this fight, I'd rather have the giants than Shiva. Sorry, Shiva. I'm waiting for the... Nope, okay. I was waiting for the quick time event.
You don't get to die here, Wyvern. Move!
Not 100% sure how he pulled that off, but that was cool. It's like he turned into shadow or dust for a second.
Right on top of us.
I mean, watch your potty mouth.
Who's gonna stand there?
Aw. I loved our nameless... I think he just said his name was BS or whatever. I liked him.
Wyvern!
I think.
I told you before, you do not get to die here.
Okay, are you calling him brother as in like actual brother, or is that brother as in like brother in arms? Okay, so this is 13 years earlier. Rosalith, the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. So I'm guessing this is
Well, if you're not cut out to be a
Wyvern.
shield, there's always work for you in the stables. Unless, of course, you think you can defend your master while sat on your arse in a puddle of pig swill.
I'm sure he'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
I said you puppy.
Two arms.
Was that thrown to him, or was that the Force? Okay, combat tutorial time.
Come, show me your form.
Oh my god, thank you so much. If anybody's wondering what the hell am I so happy for, melee attack is on square. Oh, I miss these days. I miss the days that this was melee combat. I've hated that ever since Bloodborne and everything that we've been, probably earlier than that, a little earlier than that, but, you know, the Soulsborne games and whatnot have really switched third-person action combat games to R1, R2 being your heavy and weak attacks. It's just something about it. I just don't like my attack buttons being up there. Assassin's Creed has borrowed it. Multiple games have borrowed it. I've just never been a fan of it. I love my melee attacks being on the face buttons.
Once more, please.
So I'm going to guess that, so yeah, square's melee attack, triangle's going to be a stronger attack.
Very good.
Circle dodge.
Such swordsmanship will serve you well in the field. But can the same be said of your spellcraft? The flames of the Phoenix burn within you. Now let them burn without.
Excuse me.
Clive. Rain fire down upon me.
So I'm going to guess our name is Clive, seeing that people have called us Clive. Oh, no, triangle is magic. Cool.
Keep them calm. Well done. You wield the Firebird's flames just as a first shield should.
You flatter me, my lord.
Or would you rather I flattened you? Can be arranged. Let's see if you can elude my blade. After all, your attacking prowess will count for naught if you don't live long enough to use it. On your toes, Lord Rosfield.
And R1 is avoid. Okay. Not my favorite. Just like I'm not a big fan of...
Oh, sure I had you.
That was amazing!
Just like I'm not a big fan of lock-on being L1, but I can deal with it.
Quickness of thought and fleetness of foot are indispensable arms in any shield's arsenal. But you are not just any shield, are you? Show me what sets you apart from the rest. You have been blessed by the Phoenix, granted the use of its power. Call upon that power now to close on me. Well, I'm waiting.
Okay, so they're using shield in capitals. Iconic feats. The Blessing of the Phoenix grants Clive the ability to perform feats of inhuman strength and dexterity. Phoenix Shift is one such iconic feat. I'm going with iconic until I hear it pronounced. Press circle to swiftly close the distance. Shift attack. Both melee and range magic can be used while executing the Phoenix Shift.
Would that all our shields could move so swiftly.
So yeah, he's using shield in capital, so I'm guessing it's a unique like unit or something in the military.
Cannot hope to escape every blow. And death may come by a handful of cuts as easily as it comes by 1,000. There is only one way to ensure that you do not fall. Keep your wounds mended and your energies replenished. Speaking of which, my lord, you seem a little worse for wear. Now that won't do at all.
Okay, consumables, menu shortcuts.
All right then.
That's better. Battle is a succession of pivotal moments, wherein life and death can be decided at a single stroke. You must be ready to utilize every tool at your disposal if you are to navigate a path to victory, or at the very least, to ensure that you live to fight another day. Enough practice. It's time for the test. You've recovered from your soaking, I trust. You wouldn't want to kick a man while he's drowned.
I thought you'd never ask.
Come then, Lord Rosfield. Spar with me. If you believe yourself worthy to be called Shield of the Flame, then prove it.
As you wish, my lord.
All right, let's dance.
Have at me, boy. Make proof of your strength.
Alright, the will gauge indicates an opponent's will to fight back, bring their blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's kind of a stance gauge. Trying to think the best way to... I keep trying to press circle, though.
You're taking this seriously.
Keep going, Clive.
And okay, it's a stagger gauge, essentially. Lord Murdoch's will has been broken, leaving him staggered. Try dealing as much damage as you can before he regains it. Use R2 plus square to execute Rising Flames, a powerful, iconic ability granted Clive by the Blessing of the Phoenix. Okay, and that's our skills.
Well, it's time I took my own advice and used all the tools at my disposal.
Keep trying to press... Can I change that? Overview of his gear. Redeemable items. I'm guessing that's from my pre-order. Signing shortcuts. It's pretty basic stuff. There was something I wanted to look for. It was controls. Can I... It looks like... No, I cannot change anything as much as I would like to. I'd love to swap. I'd love to swap my dodge and that charge.
Just a little more. We believe in you.
You're a damnably quick learner, Lord Rustfield.
Oh, that was cool. Really nice way of using da 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 da. Just making it feel very medieval.
Bested at last. It's taken me long enough. That was a display worthy of your father. You are a true shield of the flame, and let no one tell you otherwise. Including me. What are you lot gawping at? Back to your drills.
I'll say this, combat feels tight. It's really good. So from what I played, like I said, the only thing I would like different is my evade in that Phoenix shift or whatever being flipped around. If I could custom that button layout, combat would be perfect.
You mustn't waste them.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
That's why. You were coughing this morning too. You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a cold.
Don't push yourself.
His Grace has returned!
Father's back.
Hey.
Your Grace, please, this is no place for one such as you.
I would gladly brave hell itself to see my darling boy. Gentlemen, Rosaria thanks you for your indefatigable loyalty.
That's a word.
Your Grace, We live to serve.
Joshua. You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this.
I'm sorry.
Good day to you, Mother.
Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I'm guessing we're a bastard.
Lord Murdoch?
Your Grace.
Because he called his brother, so I'm guessing we are half-brothers.
Your own flesh and blood.
I know. It's not his fault. Not everyone can be born the Phoenix.
Maybe I'm wrong.
We should join them.
So maybe being born the Phoenix is a curse? Because I'm trying to figure out why the younger son would be the... I mean, clearly he's like the prince or whatever. And it would make sense if our character was a bastard, even though we're older. But if we don't come from the queen, I believe in that situation, we wouldn't do that silver chocobo. Is dope. I mean, it's gray, but what? I'm going to silver. I think it's cool looking. I love the armor, too. Yeah, whatever I was saying. With us being a bastard would make sense why the mother would treat us with disdain.
Thank you, Joshua. You are well, I trust.
Yes, Father. Much better. Today, Jill and I went to the Bailey to watch Clive's spa.
Is that so?
Oh, so cute.
Stop it, boy. Not now.
You'll make a fine hound one day.
Father.
Lift up your head, girl.
Thank you, Your Grace.
He's a cute puppy.
The capital rejoices at your safe
That's right.
return.
Pet him. He's a good boy.
War is coming, my boy. We must make ready.
Is the situation truly so grave?
Come to the throne room. We will talk there.
Yes, Father. Your Grace.
Shields dismissed.
Okay, so our father seems to like us. Like, again, that makes my stance that we're a bastard. Oh, he's a good boy. He wants to play with the butterfly.
Where do you think you're going? Clive here is off to see the Archduke.
Right.
Oh, okay. I thought we were king or whatever, so we're only a duke or archduke. Whatever the hell that is. Trust in your animal instinct to point to the right direction.
Is trouble brewing?
I'm not sure. I need to speak with Father.
Remember, it is for us to protect his house.
All right.
So I'm curious as to why our mother doesn't like us while our father does. Again, I'm gonna keep floating by my bastard theory. So in actually I pick him up, we just have to get close to him. You know, I mean, it makes sense that, you know, our father would like us more if we were born to another woman. It would also make sense why Joshua, who's clearly younger, seems to be the heir apparent, while we're more of a warrior. Although it could be that we have the whole Flames of the Phoenix, but it seems like he's got something with it too. I'm not sure.
Good as new.
Forgive me, Lord Marquess. Pray do not concern yourself with this bungling cur. Bow to him, you fool. But I say to speak.
It was no trouble. Really.
Oh, do not indulge him. To be allowed to stand in your lordship's presence is more than his kind deserves. Why, neither the Empire nor the Republic treat their bearers half so well. He was lucky to be born in your father's dominion. Very lucky, as I remind him every day.
Stand, please.
Stand.
I trust his good fortune will continue.
Of course, if that is your lordship's wish.
Don't work too hard. Remember, it is for the good of the duchy that you serve.
As do we all, my lord.
As do we all.
Come along now. Back to your duties.
So they going to explain the tattoo, or nope, we're just going to move on. So again, my question is it a...
Looks like they're getting ready for supper.
I think someone's hungry.
Maybe it's not a symbol of slavehood, but maybe a sign of the lower class. Quite possibly a sign of a former prisoner.
Display, my lord. Almost felt sorry for the Lord Commander.
I can't believe I'm using this as an analogy, but Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds with the yellow marking on the face of having been to the prison. So it could be something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas.
Wheat harvest's down again, apparently. This war ends up dragging on.
Nice and quiet in here, isn't it?
Are they using wind magic to... Oh, that's cool. Using wind magic to trim the hedges. So, so I think the biggest hole in the ship that is my theory that Clive's a bastard is the soldiers saying, acting that way to your flesh and blood. Although maybe they don't know. I still like my theory.
Clive,
Are you worried about the war?
the soldiers will expect the Phoenix to help them, but I don't know if I can.
Don't worry, Joshua. Father will guide you. And I will protect you. Always.
I know. Thank you, Clive.
You will put Joshua's comfort and safety before your own. Do you understand?
Jeez. Making an effort. Some large gates and stiff levers require extra effort. Okay. Curious why that's a thing, but okay.
Good
Oh my god, look how cute he is. Somebody give him... Somebody scratch his ears.
You commanded my presence, Your Grace. How may I serve you?
All right, you can stop licking my boots. Your mother isn't here.
Do the territories fare any better?
Okay, called him his mother, so maybe I'm totally off.
Most lie under a pall of black. In just these few moons, the Blight has taken nigh on all of the northern reaches. It is only a matter of time before it crosses the border.
Fire flames.
Nearly every available bed in the capital is already occupied by those fleeing the Deadlands. Even if we were to send them south, to Port Isolde, more would only follow in their wake. Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
Against the Iron Kingdom.
We have traded blows with them for too long. It is time to end it.
At the very least, we must secure Drake's breath. Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
The Iron Blood will not relinquish it easily. This will be a bitter fight.
We ride for Phoenix Gate tomorrow. There we will listen to the words of our ancestors, as tradition dictates.
Am I to go with you as Joshua's shield?
There is something else I would have you do first. Rodney.
You will have heard the reports, I am sure, of beastmen from the north being sighted within our borders.
Goblins in the Stillwind Marshes. I know of the rumors, yes.
Then you know what must be done. I will give you 2 good men. While we ride north tomorrow, you will journey to Stillwind, search it, and clear it. Then you will join us at Phoenix Gate.
It is time to prove your strength. And shut your mother up for good.
I like him.
I will do my duty, Your Grace.
Seems to understand that that there's some need for the rigmarole of the procedure of dealing with your lord, but at the same time, he's got that that side of him that strikes me as I'd rather be on the battlefield. Active Time Lore. Hold the touchpad to access the Active Time Lore feature, a compilation of important information relevant to Clive's current storyline progress. ATL can even be viewed during most cutscenes. All ATL information can be accessed later in the game. Okay. So, the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, a nation occupying the western reaches of the continent of Storm, with Rosalith as its capital. Rosaria was originally founded from a collection of smaller dominions, all of which now stand united under the banner of Archduke Elwyn Rosefield. Not possessing a mother crystal of its own, the duchy has long been locked in bitter conflict with the Iron Kingdom over possession of Drake's Breath, which lies still further to the west in the midst of the boiling sea. Okay, so maybe the whole thing about the crystals, I feel like if I played really earlier Final Fantasy games, I'd understand that a little bit better, because I know Final Fantasy loves its crystals and everything. I think especially in the earlier games. Maybe I'm totally off. If anybody knows their Final Fantasy, hit me up and tell me if I'm right, wrong, or whatever there. So this is the Archduke Okay, so yeah, if it's a duchy, he's essentially the king, quote unquote, of the duchy. You know, the Archduke of the duchy. Okay. Archduke of the Grand Duchy of of Rosaria, and father of Clive and Joshua, loved by his people for his steadfast leadership both at home and on the battlefield, which he put to good effect in quelling the rebellious northern territories. So, like I said, it seems like he's a kind man. He's the, stern, but also has a what's the term I'm looking for? But has a whimsical side. The Iron Kingdom, also known as in the local tongue as Heran, I don't know. The Iron Kingdom is an archipelago nation situated off the west coast of Storm, with its capital as Craiglost. I have no idea. The Mother Crystal, Drake's Breath, rises from a volcanic island situated just within or without its borders, depending on whom you ask, and has been the subject of long-standing conflict between the Ironblood in the neighboring Duchy of Rosaria. The Iron Kingdom's inhabitants shun any contact with outsiders, which has given rise to a unique, if largely inward-looking culture. Mother Crystals, enormous glassy mountains, 5 of which tower over the lands of Valisthea. They are the source of all the crystals that the people of the Twins rely on in their everyday lives. Not only that, but the lands surrounding them are rich with ether, making the magics the crystals cast even more potent. For those reasons, great nations have sprung up around each Mother Crystal and have long warred with each other for possession of their blessings. Okay. So essentially, those crystals that are providing water and all the magic around those Mother Crystals is stronger, hence why everybody fights over them. Makes sense. Rosalith Castle, situated in the heart of the ducal capital of Rosalith, it is from the towering ivory fortress that the Archduke and his family rule their nation. An architectural feat the founder himself would be proud of. The castle has stood since the early days of the duchy and watched over the rise of this proud nation and the people who inhabit the city beneath. I'll try and keep up to date with all that stuff and remember to check back so we can get all that juicy lore. Not sure if I'm always going to read them. Maybe, we'll do some pause and reads and whatnot, but for now, I don't mind reading them.
How long will you be away this time?
Not long. 4 days, maybe 5.
And you will be taking Joshua?
But I can't exactly leave him behind, can I? The blood of the Rosfields runs in his veins. Before going to war, we perform the rite at Phoenix Gate. It's our way. You know that. And only the dominant can enter the apothecary, so yes, I'm taking Joshua.
Oh, to hell with your way! The boy is ill.
You think I don't know that? But the boy is also the Phoenix. The heir to the throne. You can't keep him in swaddling clothes all of his life.
Elwyn!
Don't worry. Clive will watch over him. Though he is a youth of but 15 years, he's already a fine soldier. He will make a splendid shield.
You see more in him than the Phoenix did. He was rejected, Elwyn. Our household has no place for such a failure. He is worth
Okay.
a man like any other.
As am I, my dear.
Nonsense. You are the Archduke of Rosaria.
And you're a word that I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say on YouTube. Starts with a C and ends with an unt.
Father was taken before his time. I am merely warming the seat till Joshua comes of age.
You are your
And
father.
I don't use that word lightly.
And you sit upon the throne. All is in its right place.
Then shouldn't...
You have not disgraced our noble blood.
What about Clive?
Without men like Clive to keep us safe, your precious noble blood would long since have graced the gutter.
I get it. The whole point of her argument is that it's flawed.
I'm going to sleep.
The whole point of her argument, the whole point he's making is the point that her argument is flawed. He's like, I wasn't chosen by the Phoenix to be the dominant. So again, I'm guessing the summoner or whoever inherits the true power, he's blessed by the Phoenix, hence by his ability to do all that shifting and fire powers and whatnot. So that explains, she sees him as a failure.
I should get some sleep.
Hence why the hatred. He's i.e. unworthy of the house name, even though his dad's like, well, I see more of him in me than I see in Joshua in me.
You're going with them tomorrow, aren't you?
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
It's an interesting dynamic.
He takes too many risks. I only wish I could save him from himself.
Clive, you...
I have another mission too. Father has given me my first command.
Well,
I don't know what it is about his haircut that I don't like.
I shall just have to do it for you.
I think it looks like a duck's ass.
There's going to be another war, isn't there? Since coming here, I've begun to take peace for granted. I assumed the war between our nations would be the last. But it never really ends, does it?
No. The next war will be bigger than before.
But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You're a shield of Rosaria, after all, and blessed by the Phoenix.
It's getting cold. We should go in. My lady.
Good night, Clive.
Okay, I have a very important question that needs answering. Where is the puppy? Somebody needs to find him and give him pets like a good boy. I don't think I've seen a dog in a video game that I love as much since Dee Dee from Metal Gear Solid 5. That dog was so fun. God damn it, that is a cool chocobo.
I won't be hunting today.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll do brilliantly.
I'll try.
Good luck.
You don't want to put on more armor? You're gonna keep just wearing a shirt and some chainmail sleeves? God damn it, those things look cool.
Friends, we ride for Phoenix Gate. May the blessing of the crystals go with us and shield the Firebird's flame forevermore!
His Grace departs! Open the gates!
I mean, look, I've always loved chocobos. I've always kind of liked how derpy they were and whatnot, but god damn, these look bad fucking ass. I love them.
Lord Rosfield, allow me. I shall see her safely to Phoenix Gate.
Thank you.
We're ready to depart, my lord.
May I say what an honor it is to serve alongside you?
This is to be no mere investigation. If there are goblins in Stillwind, they won't leave willingly. The Beastmen are a fierce foe. We underestimate them at our peril.
Not today, we won't.
Sir Wade, Sir Tyler, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
As you command.
To the marshes, then. And may the blessing of the crystals go with us.
Okay, the world map displays all the locations indicated by glowing points currently available to Clive via fast travel. I don't know why, but I'm just so afraid that this is gonna turn into what oh my god, that Strangers of Paradise turned into, which was just god damn it, I hated the way that game's map worked. How there wasn't really any traveling, it was all just linear location after linear location. I guess as long as there's some narrative flow to this one, I'll be a little bit more okay. I don't know. So far, man, this first hour, I fucking love this game. This is really good so far. The little bit of combat we got was super solid. The effects are absolutely beautiful. The animations are smooth. This game looks amazing so far, and I'm really curious to see where the story's going to go. But if you can't tell by the timer down below and the way I'm talking, we're going to close it out here for now. I want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please remember to like, comment. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more next time. This being the first video of the series, please remember to hit that like button, comment, any of that stuff. All that engagement really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're over on BitChute, same thing. Even though I don't know if it helps out with BitChute algorithms or whatever, it just lets me know that I'm doing stuff that you enjoy seeing. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, I'm out.